So this is the English translation of the last house program in Mathura, outside program, lunch program today. But in the beginning, I just wanted to see the beginning of the Hindi class today in the Mathura temple, because I think we missed the first 5 minutes. So let's translate now. So the Ganges didn't want to appear in this world. And also Ganges said, I will flow with so much strong current, and I will send Trideviloka to Patal. So Bhagiratha did so much austerities and many prayers. Okay, if there's someone to hold my current, then I'll be able to go to the earth. So who would be able to do that? Only great Mahadeva, Lord Shiva. Actually, all the great things in this material world, the Bhagavan gives a responsibility to Lord Shiva for him to do all the great things, like the difficult tasks. So Shiva is the best among all the Vaishnavas. So all the difficult things Bhagavan tells for Shiva to perform. And Shiva serves in such a way no one else can serve like him. And those who are dear, they are too much chastised, and also they have to put up with so much like beating up. Being like, for example, Shiva, he was beat up, like the gopis beat Shiva when he tried to enter the Rasa Lila, so he had to put up with that. But in the end, Krishna allowed him to stay like Gopeshwara Mahadev nearby. And without the mercy of Shiva, nobody can even enter the Rasa Lila. So this is good, huh? So Shiva, that's why one of the names of Shiva is Ganga Gangadhar, because Shiva has kept the Ganga on his own head. And Ganga Devi did not want to come out from the dreadlocks of Lord Shiva. The Ganga was like rolling, like spinning inside his dreadlocks. Bhagiratha was even tired. Then in the end, finally, Shiva became pleased and Ganga came out from his dreadlocks. Then she came to this material world. One current went to the inferior planets. It's called Bhagavati Ganga. Another current is in this world, Prithvi, so it's called Bhagirathi. There are many glories of the Ganga in the Shastras. So beautiful, all these kathas, but the time is brief. So the Shastra explains the glories of the Ganges. If you touch the water of the Ganges, by touching the water of the Ganges, all the 60,000 sons of Sagar Maharaj that were turned into ashes, they got delivered. Yeah, I'm translating that missing part from the evening class. Only 5 minutes. So the glories of Ganga Devi are unlimited, and she's so glorious. Actually, amongst all the pure rivers, the Ganges is the best among all of them. Amongst all of them. Just by speaking the name of Ganges, all your sins are immediately destroyed, just by taking her name. This is the glories of the Ganga. So once Akbarabad Batsa, he did a debate in Agra. Who is higher, Ganga or Jamuna Devi? Because if you live in a specific place, you want to glorify that place more. So, but who decide what was the best argument? So the king, the emperor Akbar Batsa, he invited Jiva Goswami to come. Jiva Goswami came, In a very simple way, Jiva Goswami, he joined that debate, and then he spoke very clearly. Okay, who is Ganga and who is Jamuna? First of all, let's understand who is who. Who is Ganga? So, the avatar of Brajandanandana Krishna, Vamanadeva, right? Is Vamanadeva, right? So, the foot bathing water of Vamanadeva is Ganga. Brahmaji had kept that water in his kamandalu, in his water pot. So the foot bathing water is like a servant, like a maid servant. And Jamuna, she's Patrani, she's the wife of Lord. So you tell me, Jiva Goswami explained in a very simple way. He told, who is higher, your maid or your wife? In your house. The wife, right? The queen, Patrani, Jamuna Devi. So Jiva Goswami, he established this in a very simple way. But even though this is true, the glories of the Ganges are nothing less, nothing inferior. Why? Because the glory of the Ganga, the good fortune of the Ganga, no one else got this good fortune that the Ganga had, this luck, this opportunity. Why? Because Srimati Radhika combined with, like Krishna combined with Srimati Radhika, means Krishna in the mood of Srimati Radhika with her complexion. Krishna appeared as Gauranga in Navadvipa. And he performed all his pastimes in the Ganga river. So Jamuna didn't get this opportunity. Shachinandana Gaura Hari performed so many pastimes on the banks of the Ganges. In the book Navadvipada Mahatma, Bhaktivinoda Thakur describes the beautiful glory of the Ganges. Yes, of course, Jamuna is very famous in Braj, but Ganga is nothing less, because she got the association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So if you say, oh, but Mahaprabhu, he took a bath in the Jamuna. Actually, we hear that when Mahaprabhu came to Vrindavan, also Mahaprabhu also bathed in the Jamuna. And he was staying in a Krur Ghat. Sometimes Mahaprabhu, he would stay for many hours under the water of the Jamuna, Mahaprabhu would stay for hours and hours under the water of the Jamuna when he was in Vrindavan. So this is also described, but still, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Swarupa Damodara and his devotees like Advaita Charja, Nityananda Prabhu, Mahaprabhu did so many amorous pastimes on the Ganges, inside the Ganges in Navadvipa. This is incomparable. So beautiful, the glories of Navadvipadam. Even the Ganga Devi herself didn't want to leave Navadvipadam. So Ganga Devi, when Ganga Devi arrives in the Navadvipadam, she creates 9 islands, because she's like going here and there, because she doesn't want to leave Navadvip. So that's why she's going right side, left side like this, and creating many islands. So to decide who is more glorious depends on the time, place and circumstance of that specific thing. For example, the fruit you get in the Jamuna, in the Vishram Ghat, actually you get more fruit if you take bath in the Keshi Ghat in Vrindavan, the same Jamuna but in Vrindavan. So the Jamuna is only one, but the fruit you get bathing in the you get 100 times more fruit bathing in the Keshi Ghat in the Jamuna than bathing that what you get when you bathe in the same Jamuna but in Vishram Ghat in Mathura. So Keshi Ghat in Vrindavan, sorry, I think I spoke wrong. So 100 more times benefit, like I think it is the Sakror Guna, means actually 100 billion times more benefit. One more time. Okay, after this I will change, because I translated this before, I think. So Gurudev used to say, So it's the same Jamuna river, but if you bathe in Vrindavan, in the Keshigat, Sakroguna, like billions of times more benefit you get if you bathe in Jamuna in Vrindavan in Keshigat than what you get when you bathe in Vishramghat in Mathura, in the same Jamuna river. Okay, so this is what we're translating now. Let's go to the lunch class, this one. Just a second. So today we are gathered here. You know that today is the appearance day of Ganga Devi. Very nice. The Ganges, that one who destroys all of our sins. Today is her appearance day. So you heard how Ganga Devi appeared in this material world. In this context, Shukadeva Goswami, he told this katha. So Vamanadev came to the fire sacrifice place of Bali Maharaj. Vamanadev was the son of Aditi Nandan. So today is the appearance of the Ganga Devi. You have been hearing how Ganga Devi came to this material world, manifested in this material world. Shukadeva Goswami told all this katha to Parikshit Maharaj. How Vamanadeva, Aditi Nandan. Who is Aditi Nandan? Bhagavan Vamanadeva appeared in the fire sacrifice place of Bali Maharaj. And he asked to Bali Maharaj, tripad bhumi, three steps of land or 3 foot land, something like that. So, and he showed he was very small, like a dwarf form. The Brahmana should have no greed. The Brahmana should be nirlob, without any greed. They should be jatalabe, what? Santosh. They should be pleased with whatever they have. But in Kali Yuga, the Brahmanas, they are cursed. Maharaj, come. Go to see, yes. Sit here. Because Lakshmi has cursed the Brahmanas in Kali Yuga. This is the story of the Puranas. I'll not go further. But the Brahmanas in Kali Yuga, they are not nirlobi, not without any greed. Actually, they are not greedy. I mean, they are not greedy. They are not greedy. Means they're greedy in Kali Yuga because they were cursed. If the saints won't be here anymore, slowly everything will be covered, or like everything will disappear. The Srimad Bhagavatam explains, the more Kali Yuga grows, please come and sit down. The more Kali Yuga grows, the more the people's mind become more degraded, will become more and more degraded. So Bali Maharaj, he said, I am a Brahmana boy, I just need 3-step land, and I will measure this land with my own foot size, okay? Because for bhajan and sadhana, what do you need? So he performed the sankalpa, Bali Maharaj, to give the donation. So Bali Maharaj was ready to give. Then with one foot, he covered all the Prithvi Lok. With the second foot, he covered Swarga Lok. And his feet was even going further after Swarga Lok, until Brahma Loka. And this Katha explains how one Vamanadev put his foot very high in the higher planetary system, that all demigods, they prayed to him. And then Brahmaji worshipped his foot. And kept this water from the worship in his water pot, kamandala. This is called Ganga Jal, water of the Ganges. And with another foot, he sent Bali Maharaj to Sutal Loka. One thing amazing is like a smaller thing can fit inside a big thing, right? If something is big, something small can be inside of it. But how can something big be inside something small? Like Vamanadeva showed, his foot was very small, but how did he manifest that gigantic foot? This is the Achinta Shakti, inconceivable potency of Lord. So this water, foot bathing water of Lord Vamanadev is called Ganga, the water of the Ganges. Garga Samhita, the Bhagavatam, and many Puranas, they explain many stories about the Ganga. Today we're celebrating the Dasahara. What is the meaning of Dasahara? We call today Ganga Dasahara. What is Dasahara? Why this name? Because today is Dashami Titi, 10th day of the moon. Today is the 10th day of the moon. That's why today is Dasahara. How did the Ganga appear in this material world? Srila Shukadeva Goswami told about this to Parikshit Maharaj. Srimad Bhagavatam explains, there was a king called Sagar, and what did he do? He swore to perform 100 ashvamedha yagas. So he was performing many yagas, and he had already performed 99 ashvamedha yagas. So one more ashvamedha yaga, then he would attain what he wanted. Indra was thinking in his mind, if he finished the 100 yagas, probably he will take my kingdom. So Indra stole the horse of Just 1 second. Indra stole the horse of the Ashwamedha Yagna and hid the horse in the ashram of Kapila Dev. Just 1 second. Sorry about that. The Muni said, okay, let's bring the horse. But the horse had disappeared. Where is the horse? Has the horse gone to? At that time, Sagar Maharaj, he had 60,000 sons. How many sons do you have? Not even one son you have. Who is the Grihaswami, the owner of this house? He has no son? Yeah, he is not married yet. How possible he has a son if he's not married? Okay, don't come to this. Anyway, he had 60,000 sons. So all the 7 oceans. Okay, Gurudev is saying that the Bhagavad explains, but he will not come into the details of it, that all the oceans, rivers we see nowadays, all these even 7 oceans, they were like digged. Digged, like the hole was made, cavity where the water is running, the oceans and all the rivers, they were made by the Sagar Maharaj with the wheel of the chariot. But Gurudev will not explain this more now. No, sorry, the sons of Sagar Maharaj, they did that. The sons of Sagar Maharaj. The 7 oceans, all the rivers, the sons of Sagar Maharaj, they did. With the wheels of the chariot of Bhagavan, they did all these islands. The islands also, the oceans, they did. I'm not coming to this subject. So the 60,000 sons of Sagar Maharaj, they came to the ashram of Kapila Muni. Kapila was sitting in meditation, closed with his eyes shut in meditation. They saw the horse was just behind him. The 60,000 of Sagar Maharaj, they thought he's not a sadhu, he's an impostor actually. He's a bogus sadhu. In Kali Yuga is like this, right? There are so many sadhus, you don't even know who is an impostor or not. But an impostor sadhu will never tell that he's actually an impostor. He'll not say. He'll not tell. He won't say he is an impostor. So the sons of Sagar Maharaj were thinking he's an impostor because actually he stole the horse, and just because he's afraid of us, he shut his eyes and pretend he's in meditation. He's pretending. So they started to harass the sadhu and like troubling him and Then the Kapila opened his eyes from his meditation and fire came from his eyes. And in this way he burned all the 60,000 of Sagar Maharaj. Swaha. Just like in the fire. We chant the mantra, right? So I'm saying Swaha and you guys are saying Aha. Let's finish quickly. I'm hungry. Finish it quickly. This fire sacrifice. In Kali Yuga is like this. First to say, Maharaj will perform fire sacrifice. Fire sacrifice in my house, Maharaj. How much time it will take for the fire sacrifice? Oh, 3 or 4 hours. Oh, I have to be sitting down for 3 hours. Oh. Because if you follow all the rules, yes, then the fire sacrifice will last 3 or 4 hours. But also Shastra, there is also an exception saying that you can worship with many other less ingredients. Like you can do with 5 types or 10 types or 16 types, depends. So you can do some little bit Swaha also. Because in Kali Yuga the best thing is to chant holy names. So in Kali Yuga the best is Nama Sankirtana. Whatever you do in Kali Yuga, if you haven't chanted holy names, you won't get the result of even the fire sacrifice you cannot get. So in the beginning of the fire sacrifice you have to chant holy names, in the middle also, and in the end of the fire sacrifice also another Nama Sankirtana. So I'll tell you something. Actually, our mouth is just like the Havanakunda, the place for the fire sacrifice. And you have to keep it pure. I know you're Vrajavasis, so you don't eat things here and there, I imagine. You don't eat onion and garlic because your mouth is the place of fire sacrifice in Kali Yuga. The best and fire sacrifice place in Kali Yuga is our mouth. And you have to give the ghee, right? What is the ghee? The holy names of Bhagavan. So to give the ghee to the fire, you need like a spoon. You know, the spoon. To pour the ghee into the fire. This is our tongue. So then we are chanting Harinam. So this is the best fire sacrifice in Kali Yuga. If you didn't chant Harinam, everything you did is useless. But according to the Shastra, also you have to do fire sacrifice in appropriate times. But in Kali Yuga, the best thing is to chant holy names. This is the best fire sacrifice because actually to get all the proper pure ingredients for the actual fire sacrifice, like with fire and everything, it's difficult in Kali Yuga. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught that in Kali Yuga, the jargon we need for sacrifice is Nama Sankirtana fire sacrifice. So, Sumedha means an intelligent person. An intelligent person will purify the whole world with the Nama Sankirtana fire sacrifice. So I told that Kapila Muni transformed all the 60,000 sons of Sagar into ashes, swaha, like swaha. So Sagar Maharaj came and performed many prayers. The sadhus, they become angry sometimes, but it's actually for your benefit that they become angry. So the sadhus only become angry for your own benefit. Like Durvasa Rshi is a great Mahabhagavat. Sometimes he's showing some anger. Great Rishi is also, Naradaji Rishi also has some anger. Like he showed when he cursed Nalakuvera Manigriva. This story is in the Bhagavatam. He made them become trees. And in the end they got Bhagavan. This fruit you cannot get even doing austerities for thousand lives and births. They got by the mercy of Narada Rishi. Sorry, Nalakuvera Manigriva. So the anger that sadhus they show, it's not like, actually it's for the benefit of the people. So Sagar Maharaj came and started making many prayers. He started to pray to the lotus feet of Kapila Muni so much. And you know, the heart of the sadhu is just like butter. You just bow your head in front of the sadhu. Automatically the sadhu his hands will come on your head to bless you. Shastra explains, if you bow your head, even a sadhu who is very hard-hearted, if you just bow your head in front of him, automatically he will put his hand on your head to bless you. Like for example, Duryodhana and Dushasana, they didn't want to bow their heads. And you see, Arjuna, in the beginning of the fight of Kurukshetra, Arjuna with his arrows, he did the obeisances, pranam to Bhishma Pitamaha and to all the Gurujanas, all the superiors with his arrow. And all of them, they blessed Arjuna. With their hands, they blessed Arjuna. Be victorious, be victorious. Duryodhana was angry to Bhishma Pitamaha. Duryodhana was angry with Bhishma Pitamaha. He said, you are fighting for my side and you are blessing the person the opposite side. You are giving blessing to my enemy. Then Bhishma Pitamaha told, foolish. So Bhishma Pitamaha is calling also Duryodhana's son, Putra. No, sorry, son, no. What he said? 1 second. Sorry, I didn't understand if Gurudev said Putra or Bhut, like how he called Duryodhana. Anyway, Bhishma Pitamaha chastised to Duryodhana at this moment. He said, anyway, if you would also bow your head in front of me, I would also bless you in the same way. So why I'm saying this? When Sagar Maharaj came to the ashram of Kapila Muni and bowed his head and praying so much, you know, the hearts of the sadhus, they are just like butter. So his heart was so happy. So if you just come to the sadhu and perform pranam, no need to do anything else. No need to give money. He doesn't want. You don't need to give donation. Don't need to do anything. What do you need to give donation to the sadhu? This is true or not? Who is there? The owner of the house. Only one owner of the house is Bhagavan. He's not Bhagavan. He's not the owner of the house. He's the servant of the house. He's the servant of the house. You are the servant of the owner or the owner of the house. You didn't drink today, huh? Didn't eat anything. Speak loudly. I am the sevaka of this house. Oh, so beautiful. Very nice. So continuing, all your sons became ashes. So for their benefit, okay, Kapila told, okay, manifest the Ganges in this world. So this is the glory of the Ganges. You should have Ganges water in your house. Who has Ganges water in your house? Raise your hand. Everyone must have some Ganges water. If you don't have Ganges water in your house, if you don't have Tulasi in your house, you should not call yourself Hindu. I'm telling the truth. You said very proudly, I am Hindu, Hindu. Are you Hindu, an actual Hindu? You should have Tulasi in your house, and also the water of the Ganges, and also the Bhagavad Gita in your house. You should also have the Bhagavad Gita in your house. I tell you, I give you my word. If you have the Gita in your house, water of the Ganges and the Tulasi, never ever, and like not your house will become purified always, and never a ghost will come in your house. Never. So you can have the Gita in your house, and every day you take some Tulasi leaf with sandalwood paste and put on the Gita. Bhuta, Pishach, all ghosts and witches will not come to your house. So this is the glories of the Ganges water. Gita, Bhagavatam, like same, but we're speaking about especially glory of the Gita. Yeah, Bhagavatam, of course, yes, of course also. But we say the special glory of the Gita. If you keep it in your house, your heart will always be pleased. If you have Bhagavad Gita in your house, so if the person is about to die, and you put one drop of water of the Ganges to that person, the person will go to Vaikuntha. Later I'll tell you more. You give me the mic. You gave me the mic, so now I have to fast with hunger and thirst, because I will speak so much. That's why I told not to give the mic to me. You gave me the mic, so now I will not leave the mic. I say don't give up anything, just connect. When I preach in the Western countries, generally, I tell everyone, don't give up. You should connect. Like, don't give up things, but you should connect. What will you give up? But connect everybody. Like, for example, connect your money, your wife, your husband. Means connect people with Guru and Krishna. Unite them with Guru and Krishna. Connect to whom? Connect everyone and everything you have with God. Actually, the names of Rama, they are like the number 1 next to the zeros. If you do everything but you're not connecting with Krishna, it's useless. So you should not give it up. Yeah, like I don't want to give up the mic also. I will connect all of you with God. So, coming back. So I'll tell you briefly the story, okay? So for thousands of years, they tried with austerities, but many other great kings came in the dynasty of Sagar Maharaj. And Dili also tried one king, and the son of, I think Dili was Bhagiratha. Bhagiratha also he performed Brahmacharya Vrat, he was celibate, and he performed many austerities. Then in this way he pleased Lord Brahma. Oh, please let me manifest the Ganges in this world. Ganga Devi said, if I come to this world, I will become impure. Because these people of this world, they are sinning so much, committing so many sins. You know, only in the earth planet we have this consideration of what is a sin and what is a piety, pious deeds. Punya and Papa, this consideration is only here. In Swarga Loka, nobody is performing sinful activities, no one. Actually, all this conception of what is sin or pious deeds is only in the Bulok, Prithvilok. And people of this world, they commit so many sinful activities, so many. Everything is impure because of the sins. So Ganga Devi told, if I go there, everybody will bathe in my waters and all these sins will come to me. I won't go there, I don't want to go. But Shastra explains, Bhagavan, the saints who keep Bhagavan Srihari in their hearts, that Bhagavan who is always carrying the mace, when they go to the pilgrimage places, these saints, by the touch of their lotus feet, these pilgrimage places, they become purified. And all the sins are destroyed. Still, Ganges didn't want to come. Ganga Devi was about to come. First she came to Swarga Loka. Then when she came to Swarga Loka, she didn't want to leave Swarga Loka. The name of Ganges in Swarga Loka is Mandakini. So she was there in Swarga Loka everywhere, performing like pastimes. Who wants to leave Swarga Loka? No, she was like enjoying Swarga Loka. So much opulence, place of enjoying, very beautiful place. Ganges didn't want to leave Swarga Loka. So Bhagirathi did many prayers, more austerities. Then there's one story there that once our Durvasa Rshi, he went to Swargalok and he was bathing in the Mandakini river, Ganga in the Swargalok, and he kept his clothes on the bank of the river. Listen, mother. Listen to me. So he was bathing in the Ganges. Who? Durvasa Rshi. He's a Mahabhagavat. He's not an ordinary person. And in this moment, a very strong current of the Ganges started coming and took his cloth away. Durvasa Rshi, wait, where's my cloth? Where is it? So difficult or not? Not if you cannot find your cloth. Yeah, Durvasa, you know, he's like angry, so Durvasa cursed. Ganges, you took away my cloth, so you have to go to Prithvi Lok. So he cursed the Ganges. So she had to come. Bhagiratha, he was also praying for her to come, and then Ganges decided to come. But Ganga Devi told, look, I will go with so much pressure and I will send Prithviloka to Patal. Is there someone who can hold my strong current? Otherwise, Prithviloka will go to inferior planets. And also she didn't want to come because there is a place, here Prithviloka is a place of wicked and evil people who are sinning all the time, so she didn't want to come. But Bhagiratha, he performed austerities to Lord Shankaraji. So this is a very difficult task, hard task. So the Ganges came to the dreadlocks of Lord Shiva. But then the Ganges disappeared into his matted hair, the dreadlocks, and Ganges was not coming out. Then Bhagiratha, he prayed to Shiva a lot. Then Shiva manifested one little bit of stream of that Ganges which was in his dreadlock to his head. And the rest went to So Bhagiratha, he prayed to Shiva, right? And then from his dreadlock, he manifests a little bit one current, and the others went to the earth, or to, I think Gurudev said Patalok, I'm not sure. So this current that came from the dreadlock of Shiva is coming to this world. This is called Bhagirathi, because Bhagiratha was guided her in this world when she came. And in the inferior planets it's called Bhagavati Ganga. So Ganga has three names: Mandakini in Swargaloka, in the Prithvi Loka Bhagirathi, and in Patal Lok is called Bhagavati. So something amazing. Okay, Ganges came, Bhagiratha was leading her, blowing the conch, and Ganga was coming behind. Something amazing happened in Navadvipadam. When Ganges arrived in Navadipadam, there was a rishi called Janu Rishi. He was called Janu Rishi, and Janu Rishi, he was doing his puja, archana, and Ganges, the stream of the Ganges took everything away of Janu Rishi, all his paraphernalia. So then he drank the water of the Ganges, he sipped the water of the Ganges. Bhagiratha didn't see anymore the Ganges. Oh, where is she? Oh, went away. Those who went, but where? Then he realized, oh, Ganga Devi is inside the belly of Janu Rishi. So, you see, again Bhagirath had to perform so many austerities. You see, to bring Ganges, how many austerities he had to do. So he did austerities, prayed again. Then Janu Rishi cut his thigh and just came out of him. That's why the name of the Ganges is also Janabi Devi. Janabi, because she's like daughter of Janu Rishi. That beautiful kirtan of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. That kirtan about Navadipadam from Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Anyway, so Ganga Devi thought Kali Yuga has come. In this Kali Yuga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will appear. So I won't leave Navadipadam. I won't leave Navadipadam. And that's why she's circling around Navadipadam, circling, and she creates 9 islands. That's why Navadipadam. Navadipadam means 9 islands. Nava 9, Deep means islands. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself bathed also in the Ganges and performed many pastimes. Then after that, Ganga Devi continues and meets the ocean. So today is the day when Ganga. So coming from Gangotri, then Haridwar, then Allahabad, then Navdeep. Then the Ganges meets the ocean in Ganga Sagar. So Shastra explains, you have at least once in your life go to the Ganga Sagar, the meeting of the Ganges with the ocean. You should bathe there at least once in your life. Why only once in your life? So people say opposite things, like not good things. They say, oh, because that's dirty place, that's why only once you have to go. But it's not true, not proper. At least once you should bathe in the Ganges. Then your sins will be destroyed. Why you need to go again and again? So if only once all your sins are destroyed, then why to go again? That's why it says at least once in your life you have to go. So the Shastra explains, those who live for those jojans, even 200 jojans, I think Gurudev said 200 or 100 jojans, like those who live in a lot of kilometers from the banks of the Ganges. Jojan, I don't know, I forgot how many kilometers, maybe 9 kilometers, I'm not sure. 1 jojan, so those who live, I think 200 jojans, Gurudev said, like many kilometers to the bank of the river, Ganges river, inside, like to the continent, they are also delivered, and those who only chant Ganga, 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 they also become purified. Yeah, 200 yojans from the bank of the Ganges to the inside the continent. Everyone who's living there becomes purified. Only if you're calling Ganga, 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 only by taking her name, your heart becomes purified as well. No need to do anything. Like we cannot go to the Ganga, we cannot take bath in the Ganga today. Nowadays, thousands of people there. Actually, sorry, thousands and hundreds, millions of people are bathing the Ganges, isn't it? But you can sing like Ganga, Ganga only by taking her name. And those who live 200 yojans from the bank of the Ganges into the continent, they also become purified. So much the glory of the Ganges. Take the water of the Ganges in front. Take some water of the Ganges in your house, even just one drop on your head every day, in the morning. So it will be like you are bathing in the Ganges also. The special glory of the Ganges. I'll tell you one more glory. Once Garur. Who's Garur? The carrier of Lord Vishnu. Garur, once he was flying, and then a snake was in a cave on the bank, by the banks of the Ganges river. Garuda saw the snake. Garuda came, and with his claws, he pulls the snake, and because it was caught by Garuda, the snake died immediately. But the tail of the snake touched the water. Touching the water of the Ganges immediately, the soul of the snake manifested 4 arms just like Narayana. And Garuda, what did he do? He just took that soul and put on his back and took the soul took him to Golok. To Vaikuntha. So, even if you don't do bhajan sadhana or anything, if you just bathe in the water of the Ganges, that's it. So today is a special day for bathing the Ganges. If you cannot go to the Ganges, there's no problem. You can sit here and bathe in the Ganges. How? Because if you listen about the glories of the Ganges, you get the same fruit of bathing in the Ganges. So much is the glory of the Ganges. Ganga and Tulasi are not ordinary. My Gurudeva used to tell one story. I'll also tell you guys. There was a ghost charmer, exorcist, tantric sena, or however you call, it's not a problem. A person who controls ghosts and who deals with ghosts. So he was walking and he came to a place what was like a crematorium, and he saw some ghosts decorating that area, just like decorating an altar for the wedding ceremony. So he saw those ghosts. So he asked the ghosts, "What are you doing here?" The ghost told, "Tomorrow, exactly 10 a.m. What time? At 10 a.m., 10 o'clock sharp tomorrow, in the nearby village, a 24-year-old boy, like a guy, will die. And when he'll die, he'll be dead, he'll become a ghost. And there's a she-ghost here, and we want to marry her with him." That's why today we're decorating all this altar for the wedding. The tantric, the ghost Sharma said, "Okay, I've seen this kind of weddings, I've seen weddings, but I've never seen a wedding of ghosts in my life." "Have you seen?" But my Gurudeva, Lila Maharaj, he even, what to speak of joining a ghost wedding, my Gurudeva, Lila Maharaj, he was the person who made the wedding, who did the ceremony of the wedding for the ghosts. So 10 o'clock sharp he came, and he saw that in the next day, actually all the ghosts were crying. Everybody was lamenting. What happened? "Oh, you told that you were going to marry that boy with that she-ghost." Then they told, "Oh no. You know what happened? He really died at 10 o'clock. But he was coming back from taking a bath. So he was coming back after a bath. And that place was just near the Ganges. And a bull, sometimes the bulls with their horns, they are like just rubbing on the floor, on the ground near the Ganges, like in the sand, like this. So the horn of the bull had some drops of that like drops, like sort of particles of that dust and sand from the banks of the Ganges on his horns. Have you seen this? This is the nature of the bulls. With his horns and legs, he's always like revolving the sands and like this. So this 24-year-old boy came, and the bull with his horns, like angry, the bull took the boy on his horns and then threw the boy on the floor with his horns. Lifted the boy and threw him on the ground. So the boy died immediately. But this mitti of the Ganges, the dust of particle of soil of the Ganges, in the banks of the Ganges, from the Ganges, this came to the body of the boy when he was. So he died touching this Ganges sand, soil. So he died and he didn't become a ghost. So he didn't become a ghost. So he purified and he left. So we cannot marry him with her. So the ghost charmer was thinking, is there any evidence? I want to see if it's true. So he went to the nearby village and he asked the people, and it was really true. It was true. So when he came, so the boy was coming back from the bath, the bull took him with his horns and killed him, throwing him on the floor. So the water of the Ganges, the dust of the Ganges, you have to keep in your heart. You see, all the pujas, always we need the water of the Ganges and the soil of the Ganges for any puja. So you should keep this in your house. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, we see, if you touch the water of the Ganges, like the 60,000 sons of Sagar Maharaj, they were delivered by touching the water of the Ganges. So today is a very pure day. So today is Dasahara, a very pure day. So we are doing the Griha Pravesh, like ceremony for a new house here. So you should understand, what is a Griha? What is a Griha? If there's not a wife in the house, it's not called a house, Griha. I don't know if he has gotten married or not. Has he? So he knows all the news, huh? The good news. So Shastra explains. That house is a house when the sadhus come to the house. In Bengali we sing. Please clap your hands at least. Clap your hands. That house is a house if the saint comes to the house. And that house in which Bhagavad Katha is going on, that house is actually not a house, it's actually Golok Vrindavan. But that house in which the saints don't come to, that house where there's no Tulasi, no water of the Ganges, that house is actually the cave of the snake. The snake does not build her own cave. Actually, the rat is the one who is creating the holes on the floor. Then the snake comes, so the hole eats the snake and eats the rat and start living in that hole. So in that house where there's no Bhagavad Katha, that house is called the cave of the snake. There's a sloka in the Bhagavatam. Do you remember that sloka? So the Bhagavatam, there is all this evidence you should have in the house. You should keep Ganga, Jamuna, Tulasi in your house, also Bhagavad Gita in your house, and at least once in a year. Just like once in a life you have to bathe in the Ganges, once in a year you should have in your house Sadhu Sangha, like a program with the Sadhu in your house at least once a year. Or with the Sadhu Sangha in your house at least once a year. Prepare the arati. Raise your hands, everyone. Raise your hand, everyone. Okay. Jai Sagar Maharaj.